been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Fenique. I'm Fenique, and today we are finally talking about my myomectomy, my fibroid removal surgery. And I'm gonna give you guys all the deets on cost and recovery and how my life has changed, and really kind of where I am, where my head is, and what my goals are, and how everything's going so far. So let's get right on into it. So it's been 4 months. Yeah, it's been 4 months as of today. By the time you're seeing this video, it'll be like 4.5 months or something, or even longer. I don't even know, but it's been 4 months. And yeah, I feel different. Yeah, my stomach looks different. That scar, oh my god. But anyway, first things first, we're gonna talk about cost. So before insurance, I'm pretty sure my entire surgery, including anesthesiology, cost about 38 grand, somewhere approximately around there. But surgery, hospital stay, I think that was like in between $34,000 and $36,000. And my anesthesiology was like $2,500 or something around there. But after insurance, I paid a lot. I paid, and I had to write it all down for y'all, I paid $1,092 to the anesthesiologist. That's just the person to put you to sleep for surgery, if you're not aware. And then I paid $4,600, actually $4,634, something like that, for surgery and hospital stay. And I stayed overnight for about 2 days. I think my surgery was on like a Friday. I think it was on a Friday, and then let me go home to Sunday. So yeah, I definitely spent a little bit over, almost $5,700, $5,692. No, like $5,700 actually, because of the $4,600, I'm a little bit over that. So definitely almost 6 grand. And that was maxing out my out-of-pocket and my deductible. And I didn't have the best insurance at the time at the company I worked at. Since then, I've gotten a new 9-to-5 and new insurance that has a much cheaper deductible. So that's how much surgery cost me. Moving right along, let's talk recovery. So I had to write things down for y'all because I was like, I can't forget them. I need to tell them everything. One question that I was consistently getting was like, how much time do you need for recovery? You need a minimum 4 weeks. If you could get 6 weeks to a month, go ahead and take that. Because even after 2 weeks, when you feel great, and I did a video a few weeks after I had surgery, not even a few weeks, I think it was like 10 days, and I felt great. But then I started getting up and moving around and like doing stuff, and y'all, I was exhausted and I was not feeling my best, and I was sore. So you definitely need to take your time. Don't be in a rush to heal and let your body do its natural healing. But you need a minimum 4 weeks off of work. Even if you work at a desk like me, even if you're going to be sitting at a desk like me, you need to take your time. And so you need those 4 weeks for sure, minimum. I've also talked to someone who told me they needed like 6 months. There was like, they had like, I think just a ton of like, I had 3 fibroids removed. They had like 11. So, and if you're wondering what my fibroids look like, well, my 12 point whatever 1.4 centimeter fibroid was massive, and they pulled it out and it looked like this. I'm popping up a photo on the screen for you to see. And also they found 2 other very small fibroids. So that was like, wow. My body said, oh, we got this big one, but no worries, we're gonna create 2 more. My goodness, they got all of my fibroids out. And my doctor, by the way, Dr. Nicole E. Williams, Gynecology Institute of Chicago. The whole surgery is at Rush University, which I'm sure somebody will be like, well, that's why it was so expensive. Well, child, I don't know what to tell you. But that's the hospital that we picked because we wanted a hospital that was the best and had the equipment just in case something went wrong. You want to have a hospital that has the best equipment, just FYI. One thing that I regret is getting my scar cut to my belly button. Most women get theirs cut across, kind of like, I guess they would do like, I guess what, a tummy tuck, or I'm not really sure, but they get it cut across so it's under that underwear line. But mine was so big, she wanted to cut up my stomach so she could just pull it out. And yeah, I regret that because you still have this terrible looking scar. I have to wear something high-waisted up to my belly button, which is, you know, I cannot wear those little short, you know. I could, but the scar is so dark and it's not cute, and I don't want to show y'all, so I'm not. But it's just one thing I regret. It also is very itchy, which my friend who also had fibroid surgery like a few days after mine told me that her dermatologist told her to come to the dermatologist and get some cortisone shots so it wouldn't keloid. First it was this Scar MD. Oh wait, I'm remiss if I don't say I was using bio oil, okay? Bio oil for the win. But Scar MD was something I was using. Let me go ahead and just focus that for you. Scar MD. And then I had a friend told me, hey, you know what you should use? Kelcot or Kelcoat. This, which I got off Amazon. My friend told me to use that because it actually works, and it actually is like pretty great. So I'm actually gotta stand behind that. And of course, bio oil. So I highly recommend bio oil. And I do like those things as well, but be real watchful of the keloiding because it does happen, and it can happen. And I've never keloided, nor have I ever had major surgery, but yeah, it's something to look out for because I can kind of see it rising, but then I'll put cream or something and then it'll go down and it won't be rising. So overall in recovery, I struggled a lot. I guess getting up sometimes because it's painful. Like, I wanted to jump out and just do everything. I wanted to just jump in, do it all. I'm that girl, you know. Nah, I need to probably move a little bit slower. So I definitely would recommend you move as slow as you possibly can and take your time and let your body heal. It's not the advice I really want to give you. I want to be like, you're every woman, do it all. But in order to be every woman, sometimes you got to rest up and then you could do it all, okay? So moving right along. Let's talk about working out, okay? Before we get into food, before we get into all of my dietary things, we're going to talk about fitness. So prior to having my surgery, I decided to get a trainer who I worked out with for a few weeks, maybe 2, 3, maybe 4, I don't remember, but I worked out with him for a few weeks. And then after recovering after about 4 weeks, I think 4 to 6 weeks, something like that, about 5 weeks, I went back to my trainer, and I was not as dedicated as I should have been. But I had lost weight after surgery. I lost, I feel like I lost like 12 pounds after surgery, and I've gained those pounds back, but we're gonna get to that. And I was working out and just trying, and it's summer, so you know, we're creeping into summer, so I'm not always my best, but I was doing the training. Since then, it's been very hard to get into my own workout routine. Just to be honest, the pandemic really threw me off my routine last year, and I'm trying to get back into it. And the way things are looking outside, we might be back in the house come the winter, so it's just been really tough to be into a routine and be into a fitness routine, especially if you really don't want to work out. And I really don't, to be honest. I don't want to work out, but it's what's best for me and what's healthiest for me. So I am trying to get my own balance of working out. I used to do Pilates. I'm trying to get back into that. I'm trying to get into like going to my gym and actually using my gym. There's also a gym in the building that I live in as well. So the fitness portion has been tough for me, partially due to the pandemic, partially due because I don't really want to work out. That's really just tea. That's just real tea. So my fitness journey is still in process. I will share more of that in videos to come as I grow and become better with creating my routine. I really feel like I'm really just starting my life all over in a lot of ways because of the pandemic and because of the surgery. And this is where we have the biggest changes. Food. food. So for food, and I do feel like I'm really smiley, but I think that's kind of just my personality sometimes. Sometimes I'm not that smiley though, for real. So anyway, getting right into food. I've been struggling with the things I have to give up, because they are the things that are the best and most tasteful and that I love. So one of the main things that I read is to have a low glycemic diet. And so I've been working on having better eating habits. So I don't want to live by a diet. And if you follow me on Instagram, this is Fenique, you may have seen that I have done the F Factor diet for quite some time. Well, my friends, I really can't do that diet anymore because I just don't feel like counting everything all the time. And I do want to lose weight, and I do actually need to lose weight in order to get to the healthiest BMI for my height, which is for me gonna be the highest, healthiest BMI. I don't really want to make it like a stressful thing. I want it to make it a lifestyle change that's a routine. I want to create a healthier, better routine. So the eating has been tough for me. So I have given up cheese and all dairy, but I find myself slipping into eating a cheese pizza from time to time. And yeah, that's just been really hard. But I eat a lot less dairy than I used to, and I never really cared for dairy up until maybe 4 years ago. So it is hard to give up cheese pizza though. It is hard to give up cheese on your tacos. It is hard to give up chicken nachos from Hub 51. You know, like those nachos hit. So it's just been very tough, but I've given up dairy in a big way, and I'm still in progress to have given it up 100%, or have it once a month and not overindulge in a whole pizza like I did this week. But that pizza was bomb. Shout out to Flo and Santos and South Loop. That pizza was fire. The next thing I've given up is soy. I haven't been much more successful with that, although I've been eating tons of sushi, which will be another topic. I have had to make sure there's no soy sauce, and I've been using coconut aminos, and I've even made shrimp fried rice as a meal prep Sunday, and it's also on my TikTok, which is Fenique on TikTok, or this Fenique on Instagram. You can see those videos there, and I'll make sure to put up a short here if I can possibly get one. Yeah, down to 60 seconds. I don't think so, y'all. But for the most part, soy. You'd be shocked how much stuff has soy in it. I went to Trader Joe's and French fries has soy in them, frozen ones. And I don't even really eat processed foods, but I do love fries. So to find that French fries have soy in them, stressful. So then that makes me think, does everywhere I eat French fries have soy in them? So now I have to be very mindful of eating French fries, even though I haven't been, but as much as I should be. But soy is in a lot of food, and I've been just very cautious and really just working on making sure I don't have soy in any of my food. So that's been a tough one, because you don't realize how much soy is in things until you start really looking. But yeah, soy's out of my life because it does mess with your hormones, and cheese does cause inflammation. And anyway, I have a dairy intolerance, so I shouldn't have cheese. It ruins my skin. I immediately may break out, so I have to be very careful with cheese. Next, sugar and carbs. Like I said earlier, high glycemic diet. Sugar and carbs are also not my friend, although I love them the most. I love sweets so much, like banana pudding me, butter pecan, ice cream me, pecan pie me, caramel cake me, just pistachio cake me. Just, I love sweets. So that's been tough, but I've been doing a lot better than I thought I would. I have stopped eating chocolate like I used to. I used to eat chocolate like every day. I have not had chocolate. I have chocolate maybe once a month, which is so drastic for someone who absolutely loves chocolate. But it's so easy for me to stay away from chocolate than it is for me to stay away from cheese, which is ironic because cheese is in a lot of things, y'all. But that's been tough. And carbs are hard to get rid of. Carbs are not bad for you. It's just when you want to have a low glycemic diet, you have to eat less carbs. So I've been doing okay. I'm not gonna lie, I had tons of bread. I love bread so much, and it's so good, but I really have to work on controlling my portions, but that's something I do. And last but not least, pork and beef. So I've really kind of chilled out on chicken as well. I'm really fall back on a lot of meat just because of the hormones, and I have been eating seafood. It has a little less of the hormones, and I buy a lot of wild caught. I'm very cautious and careful on what I purchase when I'm cooking seafood anyway, because you know, you have to be. But giving up bacon has been hard, but I've been okay with it. I have had sausage pizza. You can really slip up and have sausage pizza in the last few months. I also pretty sure somebody gave me bacon in a Cobb salad, although I take the cheese and tomatoes out every time. So that's been tough, but I've been doing really well. You don't know how much I want to just have a burger. Have I had a bite of someone else's burger? I absolutely have. Absolutely have. When I was in New Buffalo, Michigan, I had a bite of somebody's burger. It was good. But I really have like chilled out on the pork and beef, and I'm really doing a lot better than I thought I would, to be honest with you. Just overall, having given up soy and going light on the sugar and carbs, and giving up the dairy and giving up pork and beef, and like kind of making these changes to my diet to not only lose weight but to also make sure my hormones are regulated a little bit better. So I'm trying, y'all. I'm out here trying. Also, supplements. My supplements haven't changed. We're doing the Ritual multivitamin. We're doing the probiotic from Love Wellness. We're doing birth control from my doctor. She's keeping me on it. And then I've implemented a new vitamin which just has calcium, zinc, D3, magnesium, and I take about 3 of those a day. So I just take that because I need to. I'm black and I don't have a lot of vitamin D, and I don't drink milk because I'm dairy free, and I never really have drank milk. So yeah, that's what my supplements are looking like. Overall, I feel good. Right after my surgery, I felt great. I had a lot of energy. I've had a burst of energy. I feel good right now. I actually have had some stomach pains and some kind of heavy pelvic heaviness, so I'm actually going into the doctor this week to find out if I had any new fibroids grow in. It's been 4 months, so I'm hoping not. I'm hoping I never have another fibroid in my life. But I'm going to just go see and try to catch it early if I do, and shrink it, because that's what we're doing over here. We are working our butt off to not have any more fibroids. And so over the next 5 months of this year, 2020, I will be much stricter. No, much more disciplined. Not stricter, disciplined in the way that I move as far as food goes, because there's so much good food you could be eating, and it doesn't have to have dairy, and it doesn't have to have soy. It doesn't need to be pork or beef. It can be have a little amount of sugar or no sugar, and it doesn't have to have carbs. So there's so many things, and I plan on discovering them, and I'll share all that with y'all. If you have any questions about my surgery or anything I didn't cover, feel free to comment below and let me know. I will definitely get to those comments for sure. I just want to thank everybody for their support and their positivity. I see a lot of people have comments on the Orion video, and I actually have a friend who was going on it who had fibroids, lots of fibroids, had them removed, and they came back, and she did all of the things, the working out and the eating right and going vegan, and it did not help her. So she's going on Orion, and so I hope it works for her. So I'm just very hopeful that it works for her, and I know that it works for a good amount of people, because I've heard people say it does, and I also heard people say they didn't like it. So I'm hoping for the best for each and every one of you. I also met a girl who said that her fibroid was like 14 centimeters, and she shrunk it to 6 in 3 years by changing her diet. And I'm like, what you do? And she told me what she did was just what everyone said they're doing, except she's pescatarian. And y'all, I'm just like, how is it the rules are different for everybody? So it's just so interesting to kind of see and hear a lot of people's stories. How did I meet all these people? These are just random black women that I know. It's not like some group on Facebook. It's not a support group. It's nothing like that. These are just women I know. I've run into a multitude of black women who have had fibroids, and I know it is predominant in our culture, like 70%, or is it 90% of black women, 70% of all women. So yeah, interesting to me. But yes, here we are. I'm doing good. Thanks for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching my video this far. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, please subscribe. You're gonna get more content like this, more fun content, more travel content, more baddie girl content, more fashion content, and just life content, because I definitely bought a new bag and I will be giving an entire bag review and my experience at the very expensive store that I bought the bag from. So, but anyway, thanks so much for watching. Love you guys loads. Follow me on Instagram. This is Fenique. TikTok, I'm Fenique, and I'll see you guys soon.